Hey y'all, it is Cameron here, and today I'm gonna show y'all this New Year's Eve glam look that I just kind of threw together. Basically, it's just gonna be a New Year's Eve party glam look that I'm gonna use a bunch of drugstore products or products I found at TJ Maxx, or just brands that I think are pretty affordable for those of you who are just balling on a budget like I am. These products are pretty good, I must say so myself. First off, like and subscribe if you like me or you like this video or your finger just happens to click on that button.
Another thing, sorry my hair looks like a wreck today. I don't know what's going on, but we're just gonna go with it.
Starting off, like I said, there's gonna be some drugstore products. So to begin with, let's start off. I already have moisturizer on. I use a CeraVe moisturizer. It is a during the day that has SPF, I think maybe 30 in it, but I use it all the time. So I have that moisturizer on first. Next, I'm going to put this e.l.f. primer on. It is the mineral infused primer, I believe. Yes. It comes in a really tiny bottle. So if you get the foundation that is in this bottle, well, don't get it because it's a waste of your money. It's a good product, I promise. But oh my goodness, the bottle is so tiny and they totally fool you. But this primer has lasted me a while. Just because I guess I don't use a lot of primer. So I do recommend the primer. It's very mattifying. It makes your face feel so smooth. So I totally recommend it. I'm shade 110, which I think may be the lightest out of all of them because I'm so pale and fair. So I'm going to use this. I literally just bought this at Kroger. You can find it in any drugstore. You can find it online. You can find it at ULTA, pretty sure. And I'm just going to use a beauty blender that I found at Marshall's. Woohoo! And I'm just going to put it on the top and I'm going to go in and start blending with my beauty blender. I'm going to not get too crazy going under the eye because I'm going to be putting concealer there. And I know that my concealer will do the job with that. Next up, we're going to use NYX's HD Studio Photogenic Concealer. I'm just going to put this in the T-zone under my eyes. I have really dark circles under my eyes, and so I try to cover them up the best I can, and this NYX HD Photogenic Concealer does a pretty good job. You'll have to notice all my pretty faces I make when I do my makeup. Okay, now that we have our concealer on, I'm going to go in and set it with this e.l.f. HD powder. And we're just gonna bake the under eyes a little bit, not an insane amount, but just a little bit. We're just gonna basically let it set and leave it there while we do some of our other makeup. I'm also just gonna kind of blot it down my nose, on my forehead, and other places I put the concealer. Next, we're going to go in with some contour. I'm using the e.l.f. Cream Contour Palette. It is the light one. I like it a lot. I actually only use one shade in it, to be honest, though. I use this these two shades are kind of warm, and then this one is a lot cooler. So I basically just use this one. So I'm going to go in with this brush. It's brush number 106 from True Beauty. It's also a brush that I found.
Marshalls! Go Marshalls!
I buy everything from Marshalls and TJ Maxx. No lie. Anyway, so I'm going to go in with this cream contour kit. And we're just going to apply it right under our cheekbones, ending about where our corner of our eye is. And then I'm going to put some on the edge of my forehead and just kind of blending down slightly. And then any excess I have, I'm going to kind of blend upwards towards my temple, but not directly on my temple. And then I'm going to get a little bit of the jawline here. Next, I'm going to blend that out with another ibeauty brush. I don't know what number this is, but it's just kind of a large oval brush that I use. And I'm going to blend all of that out kind of messily, honestly. Like, I don't have a pattern or a rhythm to this. I'm just kind of gonna go for it. One thing about my contour on my cheek, I don't like to take it down or out very far though. So I may just kind of blend up and to the side right where it is, because we don't want it extending too much. Now we're gonna go in with my NYX matte bronzer. I actually picked a really dark shade. It's called Deep, only because it is, I think, the coolest shade that NYX makes out of all their matte bronzers. And like I said, I like a cool bronzer, I like a cool contour. So I'm just gonna go in kind of where I just contoured and brush it all the way around forehead, down to the temple, onto the cheek, and just blending that out. Not blending, you know, just kind of whatever. And so I'm just gonna kind of set that cream with the NYX matte bronzer. I also use an ecotools. I think this is like a blush brush, but I use it for my bronzer and I use also it for my blush. ecotools is also a really cheap brand. It's very affordable. I recommend it. They make really good dense brushes, which I like a lot. So next I'm gonna go in with this Ulta Beauty blush highlight little pan. I use nude pink. That's the color of my blush that I use. I do not really use this highlight because it's a really grainy highlight, but I do like the blush. I'm gonna apply the blush to the lower, like, whatever, apple of my cheek, and just kind of into my bronzer and contour, honestly. Now that that's done, I'm going to go in with my concealer that I used earlier, my NYX HD Concealer, and I'm just going to apply like a line of it under that contour I just did. And I'm going to blend that out with the same beauty blender that I used earlier for my foundation as well as this concealer. You don't want a super harsh line, but you also want it to kind of show how your face is contoured. So you're going to try to blend that out pretty well. Now I'm going to go in with this BH Cosmetics Backlight Highlight palette. I love it. It is very vibrant. Definitely good for a New Year's Eve look. So I'm going to go in with that now. I already did my brows. I used an e.l.f. Brow pencil, which you can find at Target. You can find online. You can find a lot of places. They sometimes sell them in like Marshalls and TJ Maxx. So we're going to go in with this highlight. And I'm using several different colors here. And just kind of wiping them on my cheek. And I'm going to get the nose, Cupid's bow, oops, and then go a little bit on right above my eyebrow. and on the temple. Okay. Now we're going to go into the eyes. Now I don't really know what look I'm going for, so we're just going to go for it. But I'm going to be using both the Morphe 35B palette, beautiful, and the Morphe 35O palette. The 35O is the original one. It is not just the mattes or not just the shimmers, because you gotta get both. So first off, I'm just gonna go in with this shade in the Morphe palette up here, just as a nice base for my eyeshadow. Now I'm gonna go in. I'm using the BH Cosmetic, or some of the BH Cosmetic brushes, by the way, and they are really good brushes. I recommend. They're good for blending and eyeshadow. Not the greatest for pigment, I'd say, but this was just found on like a BH Cosmetics brush set when they had some like clearance one day, so I got them. And I'm gonna go in on the Morphe 35O palette, and we're gonna just go in kind of with some of these, with some of these in this area, just to add some transition shades. I love this palette. I think it's awesome. I totally recommend. Very pigmented shadows. They have a lot of payoff, and they give you so many colors, and they're only like $23. Now they do get you on shipping, because I don't think anyone's really going to be spending like $75. I mean, like, if you're just searching for a palette, because I was just like, I'm getting this Morphe 35O palette. And so we didn't spend $75, so it ended up being about a $30 palette, but I still totally recommend it. Next up, I'm going to be going in with some of these darker shades in this area here. And I'm just going to use those and go in with an e.l.f. brush. This is the e.l.f. Blending eye brush. I'm gonna go back in with my BH Cosmetics brush, and I'm just gonna blend kind of some of these colors together at the top. And now I'm gonna go in with this smudge brush from e.l.f. As you can see, it's just like a little basic smudge brush. And I'm gonna use the HD concealer that we used earlier, and I'm just gonna put a tad bit on my brush and then apply that right to the center of my lid. And that is just so that when we put the next shade on, we're going to have a little bit more pigment showing. And so next we're going to go in with the 35B palette, and we're going to use this really bright gold you have here. It's a gold shimmer. It's very pigmented. And I'm going to first go in with the smudge brush and just kind of pat that right over where we put that concealer. And I'm just going to kind of soften up that glitter and the edges where we just were. Now for the under eye, I'm going to go in with this BH Cosmetic brush just to kind of tight line the under eye with a dark brown shade in this Morphe palette. So I went ahead and popped on just a little bit of eyeliner and put on my lashes with a little mascara beforehand. So we're pretty much done. One thing I am gonna do, well obviously I'm gonna do my lips, duh. But I am going to go ahead and set before I do my lips. This is the one thing that's not drugstore, sorry. But I am going to use this Urban Decay setting spray. It's the Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. It's known for being really long lasting. And I'm just gonna spray it a few times. And it's gonna set your makeup so well. I had been traveling lately and had been sitting in the car for like 6 hours and then doing activities all day, and all day like my makeup didn't even budge. It was so good. Really like this setting spray. Like I said, I know it's not drugstore. I don't have a really good drugstore setting spray at the moment. So comment down below if you know one that I should try out, and I'll try it out. And for our lips, I'm gonna just go in actually with this subtle Colourpop Ultra Satin Lip. Colourpop is a really good, it's not a drugstore brand, but it's a really good affordable brand. That's what I love about them. And also I'm gonna use this e.l.f. It's one of their like matte pencils, which I basically use sometimes if I'm in a rush. I honestly just use it as a lipstick altogether, and then other times I just use it as a liner. So today I'm just going to use it as a liner. This is in shade just kidding, this is not natural. Natural is like my go-to shade because it's such a good like mauve-y nude. I feel like my eyelashes are coming off. Wow, my eyelashes were like popping off there. Anyway, like I said, usually natural is my go-to, but this is Tea Rose today, so we're gonna try this out.
Get it together, man. I think I have a hair on them. Oh my goodness.
So we're gonna go in with this stick, and I'm just gonna kind of line my lips. I tried Colourpop the other day, and I am obsessed with their Ultra Matte lipsticks now. So this one is actually an Ultra Satin Lip. It is in color Chandelier, or shade Chandelier. And I got this in one of the little packs that they have. And so we're going to try it out. A lot of these, I think regular price, they're like $6. Oftentimes they are on sale for like $4.20. Right now they have a big sale going on that's ending soon, and it's like 40, 30, and 20% off. And they're just such a good affordable brand. Just like Morphe, e.l.f. is hit or miss sometimes, but they have some good solid products. NYX I think is a really good brand. I haven't really gone as much into their eyeshadow palettes and things like that, but I like their brushes. I like their contour. I like their, what do I even use? I love their lipsticks. That's like all I use from NYX. I love all their lipsticks. I haven't tried the metals yet, but I'm about to try their metal liquid suede cream lipstick, so I'm excited about that. ecotools, good brush. BH Cosmetics, good brushes. Hit or miss, some things you find at TJ Maxx. TJ Maxx and Marshalls can provide you with some good, decent quality tools to be able to put on your makeup with. These lashes I have on, I forgot to mention, these are the Creme Shop. I'll put the number down below. I also found this in a pack of 3 or 4, I believe, at TJ Maxx for like $8. I love them. They're very wispy. And they're some of my favorite lashes. I wear these lashes like all the time. Oh my goodness, they're so pretty. So here is my holiday New Year's Eve glam look. Please like and subscribe, comment down below. Just anything, let me know how you're doing, how's life, anything you suggest me to do. any tutorials, what products I used, I'll try to list those down below. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, and I'll see you in 2018.